Mama turns all negative activity around. Mama, we the daughters of Earth, the sweet crone Trinity, have been inspired in the spirit of compassion for the well-being of our ancient cosmic family, to understand why you connected this trio to demonstrate the magic of your power, to awaken and protect our universal ancient family. Welcome to Talk with Mama YAH on Truth Uncompromised. Empower our ability with the authority of our common purpose. We are one in the best interests of our global family, in your essence, as ancient of ancients. Mama, please allow this Trinity to naturally raise upright our fallen sisters, to elevate them to their true celestial level in mind and spiritual substance. The sweet crone Trinity, Mama YAH, Sister Myra, and Selah Liana Bay. Good evening. And tonight is the 14th installment of this podcast. And we will be talking about affirmations, how you make your calls with your words. Affirmations are words used to speak your life into existence. So the mission of this call tonight is to give you an understanding of what affirmations are about and what they can do. The victory affirmation calls on cosmic love, cosmic victory, cosmic forgiveness, and cosmic joy. Ho'oponopono is an affirmation that says, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. If you are having difficulty with anyone in your life, you say those 4 statements, and you will see change if you do them regularly. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. The Vision Alignment Project has a vision for cooperation. We picture a world where we have completely revamped the entire structure of our culture, so that competition is a thing of the past, where no man, woman, or child is pitted against another in order to gather unto themselves the basic needs of life, and where, since there is such abundance and such an equitable system of distribution for our goods and services, all people everywhere are simply being given everything they need to survive, sustain, and enjoy their lives to the fullest. It is in this environment of non-competition and non-capitalism that we have learned to cooperate with one another, to help one another, and to support one another in fulfilling the dreams and desires each of us carried with us when we came to this beautiful, abundant earth. That's from the VisionAlignmentProject.com. Well, this is Mama YAH, and I affirm that you should voice your heart's desire, and it shall be done. My affirmation is, I am that I am. I am God in action. I am healthy and wholesome. I am rich beyond all my needs. I am God conscious. I am the cosmic Christ. I am the knower. Yes, and knowing is different than believing. When you believe something, it's not the same as knowing. You're taking it with faith, but knowing is absolutely being sure from experience. Life is not about getting. Life is about letting go. One week I wrote this, and it stands: "You made my week. Thank you for your loving support and encouragement. We all need that, and you gave it to me this week. Much love, Mama YAH." Don't be shocked. We are living in a time when our deepest thoughts are being fulfilled and manifested immediately. Voice your heart's desire, and it shall be done. What I've learned is that my truth may not be your truth. I choose to remain true to myself, yet I'm flexible to understand what is true for you. Communication is the key. Listening is the tool of the soul. The meaning of life is in your smile. In the course of my existence in communication with others, I've learned three things. Lesson one: in a conversation with my father over 30 years ago, he told me something that stayed with me. My response was, "Oh, I didn't know that." His response to me was, "The things you don't know would make a whole new world." That was a moment of enlightenment for me. Lesson two: in 2006, a woman named Dr. Love had a roundtable discussion with some of my girlfriends, and she stated that each man that you attract to you is the same man. That was the day I decided to stop attracting men to me. I've lived in singular bliss ever since. But I spoke that for myself, and perhaps I'll speak something else for myself in the next decade. Lesson three: my yogi philosophy teacher said something most freeing in one of our meditations that stuck with me for decades. As we went into meditation, he said, "Imagine the world without you in it." I slipped into my Buddhic state, and I can return to that space of being free each time I recall this experience. Paramahansa Yogananda said, "I relax and cast aside all mental burdens. Allow God to express through me His perfect love, peace, and wisdom." And because we are here discussing the divine feminine, I allow the goddess to express through me her perfect love, peace, and wisdom. How to practice affirmations. Choose an affirmation for your particular need. Sit with spine erect. Close your eyes and gently focus your gaze and concentration at the point between the eyebrows. Then take a deep breath and exhale it 3 times. Relax the body and keep it motionless. Cast away anxiety, distrust, and worry. Repeat all of the affirmation first loudly, then softly, and more slowly, until your voice becomes a whisper. Then gradually affirm it mentally only, without moving the tongue or the lips, until you feel that you have attained deep, unbroken concentration. Not unconsciousness, but a profound continuity of uninterrupted thought. If you continue with your mental affirmation and go still deeper, you will feel a sense of increasing joy and peace. Well, tonight's reading was very short. I'm going to open the queue. And if you're interested in adding your thoughts, please hit *6 and talk to Mama YAH on your call. What is your call? What is your affirmation? That's the question tonight. So hit *6 to come in and talk. In the meantime, I'm going to play some quiet music, see if you can hear this. Your line is open, Deborah.
Yes, good evening. Mama YAH, I got my auntie on this evening with us. And say hi, auntie.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
How are
you doing?
I'm
doing
wonderful.
Fine.
Yes,
you sound.
What's
Go ahead.
These phones are so funny. Everybody always talks all at once, and then everybody stops, to give the other person a chance, and then nobody says nothing.
Oh, my.
But I was just going to tell you that my aunt's been listening for a few weeks, and she really enjoys your call. We really do. And I could not get to, on time, so I missed some of what you were saying, but it sounded like you were talking about meditating or something?
Affirmations, calling, making calls, speaking words, and then meditating on what it is that you speak on.
Oh, affirmation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
And, the truth is that prayer is affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
When people pray in church, that's an affirmation. An affirmation is also when you say, I'm going to have a great day. That's an affirmation. And then you go forth and you have that great day. You know, a lot of us speak misery into our lives. So you have to be very careful with your words. So one of my affirmations is, mighty I am presence, lift me up where I belong, or lift us up where we belong. You know, so when you begin to call on the universe to lift you up, you are calling for the ascension.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I used to do affirmations daily. I had some tapes that I would listen to, with the subliminals. But right these days and everything that we're going through, I just say that, thank you, Mother. I am so grateful to you. I am so grateful, and I stay in gratitude. And that's my. It's just a feeling of gratitude for this knowledge and for the teachers that the Mother is bringing into my life, and just fascinating. It's so much, I mean, if I would have been studying for 50 plus years, the whole time that I've been on the planet, I still would have only touched, the tip of the knowledge, like an iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. But so much is being revealed at this particular time. It's like we're having to take this quantum leap, and just really, really absorb a lot really fast. And it's so good. I'm just so overjoyed that all of the truth is just pouring out, and I want to be like a sponge and soak it up, and I'm grateful for that. So every day, that's my affirmation, is that I am so grateful, to be living at this time on earth, because this shift is major. So that's my
goal. Yeah, and the greatest prayer is thank you.
Yes.
That's the greatest prayer. Because the more that you tell the universe that you are happy, the more happiness the universe will provide for you.
Yeah.
And the more misery you claim with your words, the universe will give you more of that too. So you really, and we all are learning every day. If we may not be learning the same thing that the person next to us is learning, but we are all learning something.
Yes. It's wonderful.
Well, it is wonderful, and it's what we came here to do,
Amen.
And the more that you accept the responsibility for creating the world that you live in, the easier it is to appreciate what you have, because you're not saying they did this and they did that, or they gave me this or they gave me that, but I am the co-creator with the universe. I called on the universe to give me a smooth path. You have to take responsibility for your creation. Yet and still, when you walk outside and you look at the trees and the sky, maybe you didn't create that, but you created a life that had that in it for you.
That was.
So, and it really,
I love it. I'm on board.
Well, I think the joy.
Yes, indeed.
I'm interested to hear what your aunt has to say.
Yes, Auntie, say something. Oh, come on, hello, come on.
Just listen at y'all.
I
love listening at y'all.
But she can talk.
And I learn better because, when you have the old ways, you got to get used to the right way. That's the way I be saying. And I'm trying to get used to it. And I'm feeling better. And more beautiful thing occurring since I'm learning it.
I know. That's good.
Yeah. If you let
the truth,
let the energy flow, it's everything is energy. So when you say we take a quantum leap, you change your mind about being tethered, about being a victim, about being angry, about being out of love, about, all of those things. And when you change your mind to understand, I have control over what I think. I may not have control over everything that's going on around me, but I have control of my reaction to it. And if you practice, because life is a practice. It's just like music. You have to play that instrument over and over and over again. So you have to groom your mind to affirm good things for you in your life. Some people learn it early, some people learn it in midlife, and some people learn it in old age. Regardless of when you learn it, the object is to learn it.
Oh, and I'm 81.
Wow. So you have a lot to tell us about achieving, about, knowing that tears may fall in the evening, but the sun will shine in the morning.
Yes. I'm learning it more and more.
What is your name?
My name is Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Here.
Okay. I'm so happy that Deborah brought you on the call.
And I'm so happy to be on the call.
Okay. Well, I do want to tell the listeners that I'm only going to be doing a couple of more shows, and then I'm going to take off for a while.
what happened?
You can listen to these shows at YouTube at Truth Uncompromised Media Network. And I will definitely put that link in the blog, which is divineconnectionchurch.wordpress.com. And I call this church because we are gathered together to discuss this thing called life, as Prince says. And
yeah.
So, Elizabeth, did you ever have an affirmation that you used to say, that I'm going to be better, I'm going to be better, I'm going to be joyful, I'm going to be joyful?
Main word.
Okay. So say that for us. And are you happy?
Yes, I'm getting more happier since I've been listening at you.
Oh.
And Deborah.
Oh, you mean the call? Yeah, it's a good outlet, and it's a lot of information. It helps keeps her young. It keeps her mind agile. I mean, she. The thing I'm proud of her for is the fact that being 81, she was heavily into the church and very faithful to some of these ministers who have now been, revealed. Like some of the mega church and the televangelists and stuff that have been exposed. And so she had to go through that, that pain of realizing, that these people were not who they said they were. But she's like a sponge too for the new knowledge. I mean, she's taken too. And that's not we do have people of all ages on the call, but it's still kind of rare that you would get a senior that is just up and at 'em and ready to go and thirsting for the knowledge, you know. But she is, and I'm real proud of her for it.
Well, that's terrific. And I'm happy that I could, be here to provide that information that was provided to me by others. And once I started looking at it from the perspective of I am the creator of my world, and I didn't let somebody else tell me what I was supposed to believe, and I went by what I knew. And I know that every day I have an opportunity to create something wonderful for myself, and hopefully it would be good for other people too, And to keep it simple.
We appreciate you sharing the knowledge with us, because you bring like a unique perspective to, like the lineup that Rhonda has with the Truth Uncompromised Network. You bring a very distinct and unique perspective. So we're going to miss you, and I hope you won't be, on hiatus for long.
Well, let's just say for a few weeks I'm going to be off, because I am going to go away. And it'd be difficult if I'm not going to be on my computer at a certain time. But that's okay. You will be able to listen. I'm not sure if everybody has a computer, but YouTube, the shows are there, and you can hear the weekly hour. And then if one or two are not there, they will be there eventually. But I've more or less exhausted it, because, life is not as complicated as we make it. A lot of times we complicate life with our words, and we keep each other on the hook. That's what's going on with a lot of the programs out here that are about mind control. They keep people on the hook. And there really is no hook. You are the only source of your, your creation. You're the source. And that's why kind of when people die, the world keeps going on, nothing really stops when a person is deceased, because things are going on around them. But that doesn't lessen the value of that person, because a person lives on in the memory of other people. So I think that we have a sour relationship with death, not understanding that it's more like graduation.
Right, and that energy does not cease to exist anyway. It just takes on a different form. I mean, that person is actually very much alive, but just in a different form. I mean, that energy is real. I don't know if you've ever had the experience of picking up on it after somebody has, supposedly died to the flesh, but they're still alive in the spirit, and that energy exists. I mean, they can definitely communicate with you. And I'm sensitive to it where the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I'm not saying I see them. I don't see them, and I don't hear them. But the hairs on the back of my neck will stand up if, I'm in the presence of the energy.
Well, a lot of us are more sensitive than others, and sometimes we're more sensitive about a particular soul than others. And that was one thing that I did want to bring out. When a person passes on, if we are to leave them alone for 3 months, let their souls rest, And then you can call on that person to actually help make change in your world. They become as real, like angels. And so once you let their souls rest for 3 months, then they're generally ready to be of service, you know.
Oh.
That's good to know. Yeah, they have things they have to do. But I had a friend that actually, sad to say, was murdered, and he actually came to me the first full moon after he was murdered, and I think that was about 3 weeks after. So you know how they have the movies, and they'll tell you stuff, and you'll think it's just entertainment, but it turns out that they're really presenting legitimate information. And that movie, The Crow, I saw it. I just thought it was just, oh, this is a movie. Oh, this is Bruce Lee's son. Oh, but come to find out that there's folklore surrounding that, and that is based on actual occurrences. And lo and behold, when my friend was murdered, 3 weeks later, that full moon, that evening, there was a crow that it sounded like it had got caught up in the antenna wire on the side of the house, and it was just banging the antenna wires, and you could just hear this flapping up against my window, and I heard this crow sound. And living in the city, it was odd, really. That I don't know I've never heard a crow. I never, heard him sound making noises, but I instantly knew that was a crow, and knew that crow was trying to get my attention and tell me something. It was the darndest thing, because this was like about 4 o'clock in the morning. Woke me up out of my sleep, and I mean intently kept banging until I finally started talking to it. I said, "Well, if this is you, honey, okay, you got my attention. Is there something you're trying to tell me?" I said, "Okay," and I did pretty much get what it was, and so I made him a promise. I said, "Well, we will try to find out who did this to you." And then with that, shortly after that bird went away. And I mean, I am really not making this up. This really happened. So I know those folklore, those legends and things like that are real. And I know that energy doesn't go away, because, now I don't feel him. I feel like he's going on and gotten some peace about what happened. And I think that the family and different people pretty much have a good idea what did happen, and it was unfortunate, But it's your loved ones. I don't know. Have you heard this thing about? It's not specifically Masara, but the event, and as we ascend, they said people whose loved ones have made their transition since 1999. For some reason, that's some sort of a cutoff date, where they said that if they want to return, that they will be able to do so. Have you heard anything about that as far as the event?
No. What I have, no, I did not hear that. But what I have learned, and I'm looking at my father, who is 97, and he's just beginning to be slightly despondent about aging. He never really was before, but just recently, he's been saying things like, well, I'm just here sitting out looking at the window, But what I do believe is that as we go through the third wave of ascension, that things could change so greatly that he would live until he's 105.
Be in good health, because what they're saying is that people will be able to regain their youth. That our lifespans would not be shortened and limited now because we've got only 2 out of our 12 strands of DNA, and that we would be restored to our full 12 strands. And so, I mean, just altogether, total different reality from what we've been experiencing. So, but there is so much hope. There is so much we're on the verge of, medical breakthroughs and, like I said, long lifespans. I've heard something like 1,000 years, or others have said immortal. I don't know. But
well,
to be able
I'll be honest with you. I think the only thing that we're promised in this life is that we will ascend out of it. I think that's I don't think that this world will change so rapidly that I won't want to move on to the next dimensional level. I'm not that big of an optimist.
So you want to ascend, right?
And I don't want to live here forever.
But it's your option. That's what they say. You have free will choice as to, where you want to be, If you want to go up to a higher dimension, if you want to be in light body alone or light body and physical body, if you want to go to Garza or whatever, or galactic travel, they said, hey, it's going to be your choice. So
I've been waiting for Scotty to beam me up for a long time.
Exactly, because that's what I want to do. I want to go up. When these people start talking about, going into the earth, Nagartha and Palos and all that, I'm like, nah, y'all can go. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be inside nothing. But, yes, please beam me up. I want my ancestors and the galactics to beam me up, and I want to see all that there is to see. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess I monopolized this call enough, but I thank you, and I do enjoy you so much, and so I hope that you will have a beautiful, relaxing vacation, and whenever you're ready to come back, we will definitely join up with you.
Yes. Okay. Well, we'll see how it's going to go. I may not drop off this week, but I might drop off next week. You know what I'm saying. But I'll definitely put a notice. Are you on Facebook?
No, I definitely am not on Facebook. But I do go on YouTube. I go on YouTube, and I check Rhonda's site. So
good.
Yes,
that's good. And I thank all the people who call in, too. All of you have been here steadily, and, it's been a wonderful 14 weeks. It's just been beautiful. I've learned a lot. I've organized a lot of the things that I've learned in the blog. I've organized them on the blog and given a lot of links that people can access for more information, because can't give all the information out in 1 hour. But I do want to say that last week you said that you had reviewed some of the Saint Germain material, and Affirmations is one of the parts that really stuck with me. You don't have to necessarily use the affirmations from Saint Germain, because there are affirmations all over the place, in all of the spiritual writings, there are affirmations. So I'm going to reread how to practice, and you can actually, if you because I'm kind of a rebel. I don't believe that I have to read all of these books that people say you have to read. I write my own affirmations down. I affirm that I'm healthy, and I affirm that I have everything that I need. So, basically that's what people did. They wrote it down and then they passed it on, and then they became the great sages and masters. But you need to be your own master. So you need to sit quietly with yourself. So I'm going to reread this. I don't know if you were here at the beginning, and I don't think everybody was here at the beginning. So I think, Deborah, I'm just going to go up since it's so short and reread some of this.
Oh,
and you just have a pleasant week, and thanks for bringing Elizabeth to us.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to
relax, though.
Say that again.
You sound so relaxed. We need you a lot.
Well, thank you.
We'll listen to her, and we'll check out the YouTubes. I'll play them for you.
Okay.
And I have you'll post it on your blog, correct, on your site? If whatever your itinerary will be, the schedule. If you decide.
Well, that's what I'm trying not to have, a schedule. So exactly what I'm fighting, tooth and nail, a schedule. But how do you know that I'm on here? Who told you?
Well, how did that go? I think from Rhonda's call on Thursdays, we were given the different nights that the calls were on the Truth Uncompromised network, and so we were given the different nights and numbers, so that I can look there, or I can look on the Divine Connection Church or wherever, So that I'm sure that if it, you decide that you want to do a call, because see, some people just do pop-up calls every once and so often, and then what they do is I'll get like an email saying, that there's going to be a special call on such and such a day and time, and then I make sure that I check it out.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be.
All right. Well, love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. One heart, one mind, one spirit. And I'm going to reread this, how to do the affirmation. And you have a beautiful week, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
All right. Good night, Elizabeth. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to reread. The victory action is cosmic. I am calling on cosmic love. I am calling on cosmic victory. I am calling on cosmic forgiveness. I am calling on cosmic joy. The Ho'oponopono affirmation is, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. The Vision Alignment Project, Vision for Cooperation, we picture a world where we have completely revamped the entire structure of our culture so that competition is a thing of the past, where no man, woman, or child is pitted against another in order to gather unto themselves the basic needs of life, and where, since there is such abundance and such an equitable system of distribution for our goods and services, all people everywhere are simply being given everything they need to survive, sustain, and enjoy their lives to the fullest. It is in this environment of non-competition and non-capitalism that we have learned to cooperate with one another, to help one another, and to support one another in fulfilling the dreams and desires of each of us, carried with us when we came to this beautiful, abundant earth. That's the Vision Alignment Project.com. Voice your heart's desire, and it shall be done. My affirmation is, I am that I am. I am God in action. I am healthy and wholesome. I am rich and beyond all my needs. I am rich beyond all my needs. I am God conscious. I am the cosmic Christ. I am the knower. Life is about getting. Life is not, I made a mistake. Life is not about getting. Life is about letting go. So if you have someone that did something for you this week, say to them, you made my week. Thank you for your loving support and encouragement. We all need that, and you gave it to me this week. Don't be shocked. We are living in a time when our deepest hopes are being fulfilled and manifested immediately. So voice your heart's desire, and it shall be done. What I've learned is that my truth may not be your truth. I choose to remain true to myself. Yet I'm flexible to understand what is true for you. Communication is the key. Listening is the tool of the soul. The meaning of life is in your smile. Paramahansa Yogananda said, I relax and cast aside all mental burdens, allowing God to express through me his perfect love, peace, and wisdom. And as the divine feminine, allowing Goddess to express through me her perfect love, peace, and wisdom. This is how to practice affirmations. Choose an affirmation for your particular need. Sit with spine erect. Close your eyes and gently focus your gaze and concentrate at the point between the eyebrows. Then take a deep breath and exhale it 3 times. Relax the body and keep it motionless. Cast away anxiety, distrust, and worry. Repeat all of the affirmation, first loudly, then softly, and more slowly, until your voice becomes a whisper. Then gradually affirm it mentally only, without moving the tongue or the lips, until you feel that you have attained deep, unbroken concentration. Not unconsciousness, but a profound continuity of uninterrupted thought. If you continue with your mental affirmation and go still deeper, you will feel a sense of increasing joy and peace. So now, mighty I am present, lift me up where I belong. Mighty I am present, lift me up where I belong. Mighty I am present, lift me up where I belong. Mighty I am present, lift us up where we belong. Mighty I Am Presence, lift us up where we belong. Mighty I Am Presence, lift us up where we belong. What is your call? Are you calling on peace? Are you calling on truth? Do you call for love? Have you called for your freedom? Are you calling for justice? One heart. One mind. One spirit. Thank you again for being here to talk with Mama YAH. We do have a caller. Hello, caller. Your mic is open.
I greet you, beloved Master. What a beautiful, glorious, wondrous, joyous, and loving day it is. And no, we don't die. We do ascend. And you get your affirmations, you have to go within, just like you have to get your change, you have to go within your own heart. I appreciate all the beautiful information, but I got here a little late, and I heard you say something about going somewhere. Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to take a couple weeks off because I'm finishing up a project, and then I'm going to go away for a little while, and I don't want to be in a place where I can't do the show. So I'm going to suspend it for a little while, and then I'll come back with some new and interesting information. Does that work for you?
I appreciate all the beloved information you brought us, beloved, and it's a beautiful, joyous thing, you know. And I all I can say is enjoy what time you have for yourself there. Whatever you do, enjoy it. You've certainly earned your vacation, if you want to call it a vacation. But you've brought a lot of beautiful information to the forefront, and I encourage you to keep bringing it.
Well, it's there. Everything that I brought is on the blog, and it's on YouTube. So it can be accessed.
What you brought people's attention to it. You're right. Everything's there. Everything you need is there, like you said. You brought people's attention to it, and that's a beautiful thing, you know, because a lot of people don't even have access to even the thought of where you go to get this kind of information. But once you've got a road map and guidance, it's like you're a tour guide, you know. So if you're going on vacation, enjoy your tour, your guide, you know. But it's a beautiful thing.
So did you hear the reading at the end?
I like I said, I got in late, and I heard when I come on you were going somewhere, and then I heard you. I believe you were speaking with Deborah when I came on. And
right, but the reading at the beginning was the same as what you heard at the end.
Okay.
So I'm more or less winding down all the information. The truth is that I can't tell you anything about how to access your God self any more than you have to call on it. You have, your words have to be the words that connect you with your ascended self. That's the name of this call this evening. Talking on your call. What is your call? And if you're calling for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, then that has, like you said, start in your own heart. And I think that is the reason why so many people drop off of a call like this, because they may be looking for controversy. And when you access your God self, all the controversy falls away.
Well, if you call on your inner self, you will definitely, if you call on it for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, that's what you will receive. If you put out divisiveness, that's what you will receive. It's a law of attraction. You put out negative, you're going to attract negative. If you put out positive love and peace, you're going to attract that. It revolves around your higher self and going into your own inner self, and what you put out, you're going to get back. Everything goes full circle.
Definitely.
So anyway, like I said, I appreciate
Definitely.
And I've heard a lot of people, they talk about standing in their own square. Well, I got tired of that a long time ago, because every time you change directions, and you have to if you're going in a square, I get tired of running into them jagged edges in that square. So I said, hey, I want to take the full circle approach, and that works well for me. And I encourage others to look at that idea too. Everything goes full circle. Sometimes you might think you're chasing your tail, but I promise anybody, if you stay in your own circle, you stay in your own lane, you don't tread on others' feet, you're going to go full circle, and you're going to enjoy it all, because it's going to be your own positive self that you're putting out. You're going to get it back in manyfold, just like the promise. Just like the promise. We're going to get it back manyfold, are we not?
So what I'm trying to say is that I have come full circle.
Absolutely.
With this call, and that doesn't mean that I won't be back. It's just that right now there's enough to digest, to revisit, and those of you who are not on the computer, then you will just read your notes, recall what I said, and when I come back, I might just be starting from the beginning all over again.
How about we part this evening with this? We are one heart, one mind, and one spirit.
Yes, we are.
We're not really going anywhere. We're just you're going on doing a different thing here for a brief moment, and like I said, everything goes full circle. We ain't going anywhere. We'll be together always.
That's right.
And like I said, I appreciate for all that you've brought to the table. We can ascend with our body or without our body, and really you go within yourself to really determine that. Also, that's what you spoke of, free will. You ladies are speaking of free will, at that time. But anyway, with that I yield. Enjoy, beloved.
Thank you. Peace. Okay, and of course, we're going to go on with Love Translation. And I'll repeat that I did write this piece of music for children that I used to teach. And it calmed them down, so I hope it has that effect on you. And I do love you. This is Mama YAH, El Molina Bay. And I thank Rhonda for having me for these 14 weeks. And I will be back. It won't be too long. So go to Truth UnCompromised Media Network, and you can hear the past shows. And with that, I yield and wish you love.
Translated